Hello everyone, welcome back to Quick Tech Solutions from W3 Grads. In this video, we will learn about some popular components for web application development. You might be wondering, what are these? Well, in this video we'll explain what are JSF, JSP, and servlets in Java, so let us understand each of them one by one. We will start with servlets. Servlet technology is used to create a web application, resides at server side and generates a dynamic web page. Servlet is powerful and scalable technology because it is associated with the Java programming language. Before Servlet, CGI, or the Common Gateway Interface Scripting Language, was commonly used as a server-side programming language. However, there were many disadvantages associated with this technology. There are many interfaces and classes in the Servlet API such as Servlet, Generic Servlet, HTTP Servlet, Servlet Request, Servlet Response, and more. After a brief introduction to servlet technology, let us proceed further to know more about servlets. So, what is a servlet? Well, a servlet can be described in many ways depending on the context. A servlet is a technology which is used to create a web application. If you do not know what a web application is, here is a brief description of it. A web application is an application accessible from the web. A web application is composed of web components like servlet, JSP, filter, and other elements such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. The web components typically execute in web server and respond to the HTTP request. Now coming back to servlet. It is an API that provides many interfaces and classes including documentation. We can also describe a servlet as an interface that must be implemented if we want to create a servlet. Moreover, a servlet is a class that inherits the capabilities of the servers and responds to the incoming requests. It can respond to any requests. Also, a servlet is a web component that is deployed on the server to create a dynamic web page. Now that we know about the servlet, we can quickly see how it works. The following image demonstrates the working of a servlet. Here, we have a computer connected to the internet. This is called as a client machine or a client. The user opens the web browser on this machine and types a website and then presses enter. Immediately, a request to access that web application is sent from the client to the web server on which the web application is deployed. Now, the server generates a response, and after analyzing it, the web server sends the response to the client, which is seen on the browser in the form of web pages. Let us now proceed to know about the advantages of servlets. But, before we do that, let us quickly look at the Common Gateway Interface or CGI. The following image shows the working of CGI. CGI technology enables the web server to call an external program and pass HTTP request information to the external program to process the request. For each request, it starts a new process. There are many problems in CGI technology, such as if the number of clients increases, it takes more time for sending the response. For each request, it starts a process, and the web server is limited to start processes. It uses platform-dependent language, for example, C, C++, Perl. Now, let us look at the advantages of servlets. There are many advantages of servlet over CGI. The web container creates threads for handling the multiple requests to the servlet. Threads have many benefits over the processes, such as they share a common memory area, lightweight, cost of communication between the threads are low. The advantages of servlet are better performance, because it creates a thread for each request, not process. Portability, because it uses Java language. Robust, because JVM manages servlets, so we don't need to worry about the memory leak, garbage collection. Secure, because it uses Java language. So, this is all about servlets in Java. Now, let us look at JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages. Java Server Pages is a server-side technology for developing dynamic web pages. This is mainly used for implementing presentation layer (GUI) part of an application. A complete JSP code is more like a HTML with bits of Java code in it. JSP is an extension of servlets, and every JSP page first gets converted into servlet by JSP container before processing the client's request. Basically, any HTML file can be converted to JSP file by just changing the file extension from .html to .jsp, it would run just fine. What differentiates JSP from HTML is the ability to use Java code inside HTML. In JSP, you can embed Java code in HTML using JSP tags. For example, every time you run this code in the image, it would display the current time and hello W3 grads. That is what makes this code dynamic. Let us understand the code written in the image. The first line represents the JSP element called JSP comment. While adding comments to a JSP page, we can use this tag. JSP comments must starts with a tag open angular tag followed by %, and a hyphen, and must end with a hyphen followed by %, and closing angular bracket. After that, we have the regular tags, which are head, title, and body tags. They are HTML tags, frequently used for static web pages. Whatever content they have is delivered to web browser as such. Then we have a text, "Welcome to Java Server Pages," which will be a normal text displayed on the browser. In the next line, we have the opening angular bracket with percentage and equals operator. This is a JSP element which is known as scriptlet. Scriptlets can contain Java codes. As the code in scriptlets is an executable Java statement, they must end with a semicolon. The new java.util.data statement will display the current date. In the next line, we again have a scriptlet. Here, out.print statement will print hello W3 grads on the browser. So, this is how we write code for Java Server Pages. Before we start developing web application, we should have a basic idea of architectures. Based on the location where request processing happens, either on servlet or RJSP, there are two architectures for JSP. They are Model 1 architecture and Model 2 architecture. Let us look at the model architecture. In this model, JSP plays a key role, and it is responsible for processing the request made by client. Client or web browser makes a request. JSP then creates a bean object which then fulfills the request, and pass the response to JSP. JSP then sends the response back to client. Unlike Model 2 architecture, in this model most of the processing is done by JSP itself. Another one is the Model 2 architecture. In this model, servlet plays a major role, and it is responsible for processing the client's request. Presentation part or the GUI part will be handled by JSP, and it is done with the help of bean as shown in image. The servlet acts as controller and in charge of request processing. It creates the bean objects if required by the JSP page and calls the respective JSP page. The JSP handles the presentation part by using the bean object. In this model, JSP doesn't do any processing. Servlet creates the bean object and calls the JSP program as per the request made by client. Now, before we end our discussion on Java Server Pages, let us look at the advantages of JSP as well. JSP has all the advantages of servlet, for example, better performance than CGI built-in session features. It also inherits the features of Java technology like multi-threading, exception handling, database connectivity. JSP enables the separation of content generation from content presentation, which makes it more flexible. With the JSP, it is now easy for web designers to showcase the information what is needed. Web application programmers can concentrate on how to process, build the information. So, this is all about JSP. Now, we move on to our last topic, which is JSF. It stands for Java Server Faces. It is a server-side component-based user interface framework. It is used to develop web applications. It provides a well-defined programming model and consists of rich API and tag libraries. The latest version JSF2 uses Facelets as its default templating system. It is written in Java. The JSF API provides components like input text, command button, and helps to manage their states. It also provides server-side validation, data conversion, defining page navigation, provides extensibility, supports for internationalization, and accessibility. The JSF tag libraries are used to add components on the web pages and connect components with objects on the server. It also contains tag handlers that implements the component tag. Now, let us quickly check out the benefits of Java Server Faces. The first one is, it provides clean and clear separation between behavior and presentation of web application. You can write business logic and user interface separately. Java Server Faces API are laid directly on top of the Servlet API, which enables several various application use cases, such as using different presentation technologies, creating your own custom components directly from the component classes. Including Facelets technology in Java Server Faces 2.0 provides massive advantages to it. Facelets is now the preferred presentation technology for building Java Server Faces based web applications. So, this is all about Java Server Faces. And with this, we come to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video and understood the JSP, JSF, and servlets well. Meanwhile, we got more tutorials videos related to Java which you can check with link in description or by clicking the iCard. And lastly, please don't forget to subscribe to W3 Grads and hit the bell icon to stay updated for more videos like these. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.